Good morning, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
It's a couple days before Christmas, and this morning I've got a real treat. Mrs. Fitz is going to be the star today, not me.
Yay.
So we got to thinking about this, and she makes this pie that she's going to share with you this morning. And if you want to be the star of your Christmas dinner at church or your family dinner at whatever it may be, you can make this any time of the year, but we're using it for, it's Christmas, so we're going to use it for Christmas. This pie is a hit, let me tell you. And if you take this somewhere to a dinner somewhere, you won't bring any of it home, I promise you. So you better make two, leave one at home.
Well, this recipe makes two.
So we're going to get making this. We're going to try to make this short and sweet. We'll leave a card at the end of the video with the recipe and instructions on it. And enjoy.
Good morning. We're going to make an easy Christmas dessert, or you can do it any time of year. Right now I'm actually melting half a stick of butter. And I use real butter, not margarine. I don't know how it would be. You could probably use margarine, but I've never done that. So we're going to let this totally melt. Then we're going to, well, let me tell you what this is. This is actually a coconut caramel pecan pie. And you keep it in the freezer. So you can make this ahead of time for any kind of activity that you're planning, or having guests come over. You can just pull it out. After about 10 minutes, you can cut it and it's ready to serve. It is really good and it's easy. So we're going to melt this, and we're going to put in 7 ounces of coconut. I use the baker's coconut. To me, it's better. And then I'm also going to put in a cup of pecans, and we'll toast those until they're nice and golden brown. And I'm cheating today. I have 2 store-bought crusts, and I'm going to put those in the oven. I put some fork holes in them, and we'll get those nice and brown, and then we'll take those out of the oven. And while the coconut and pecan mixture is cooling, those will be cooling. And once totally cool, we're going to mix up our cream cheese, Cool Whip, and Eagle brand milk mixture. So let me get this in the oven and get my coconut in here, and we'll do that.
Get them.
Hello, our mixture is just about there. As you can see, it's gotten nice and golden. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the flame off. I use cast iron. To me, it's a lot easier, but it is also heavy. If you can't use cast iron, if you're not able to lift it, you can do it in another skillet. It probably will cook a little faster, so you'll probably want to, just really watch it and make sure you keep stirring. So we're going to turn this fire off, and I'm going to move it off the heat a little bit. And I'm going to switch cameras with Gary, and he can lift this for me. So here's my helper. That skillet is a little heavy for me, just doing one hand and pouring it out. But for him, it's pretty easy. So we're going to get this over here just to cool down. And once it's good and cool, we'll mix up our cream cheese and Eagle brand, and then fold in that Cool Whip. And then we can put our pies together once this is cool and our pie shells are good and cool. We'll see you in a little bit. You'll never know.
Ooh, pie crust.
There we have a couple of pie crusts that did crack a little bit, but you'll never know it once we put the filling in there. Hey, and we're back. And just for those who are watching at our intro, I did touch my dog. I did wash my hands. So we have one cream cheese right here. They come in the 2 packs that I buy. I'll let you know at the end. I think it's 7 or 8 ounces. And then I have 1 can of Eagle brand milk, and we're going to mix those together. Get it out of the can here. Everything is cooled down. And I like this pie. I take it to church quite a bit, as we said earlier. And it's gone pretty fast. I've had this recipe a long time. I think I actually received it from a lady a long time ago from a church we were going to. So we're going to get this, and we're going to mix this together. It might be a little bit loud, so I apologize in advance for that, but you know, that's what happens when you're cooking. My cord over here. I'm trying to stay where y'all can see me. Just gonna get this mixed up where it's smooth. And this is rich, but it is really good. It's layered, so we'll have one layer of this once I add the Cool Whip to it, and then we'll put our coconut pecan mixture on top of that, and then we'll drizzle some caramel on top of that, and then we'll add some more filling, and then we will add the coconut pecan mixture again and drizzle, then we'll wrap it up and stick it in the freezer, and it's there until you need it. So this looks pretty good. It's nice and smooth, so we're going to beat those off. Stick those over here. Get that. Now we're going to take our Cool Whip. I like to get the extra creamy. We're going to fold this in, so I'm just going to dump it in here. One is extra creamy, one is original. I think they stuck one in the wrong side and I grabbed it. So pay more attention than I did. But this will work just fine as well. I just like the extra creamy. Makes it a little more fattening. So we're just going to kind of fold this all together until it's all incorporated. And then we'll do, this makes 2 pies, as you can see. You can cut it down, but you'll have extra Eagle brand milk. You could use 1 tub because these are each 8 ounces. It calls for 16 ounces for 2. But you could use 1 and a half of a block of cream cheese and cut down your pecans and your coconut, and you could make just 1 pie if you didn't need 2.
But you'll need 2.
It's scary. Like I said, I never usually bring this pie home, but if we do, it's yummy. So we're just going to make sure that this is really good and incorporated where I don't see any more of the yellowish tint. You can see it in there. If you can see that on the camera, I'm not sure. I just want to make sure it's really in there. You don't want to get just a bite of Cool Whip. You want all this to incorporate. And if you have small children, I remember when mine were little, they liked to lick the bowl. So afterward, if they wanted to lick your bowl, that would be a treat as well. I can hear my dog whining, but no, he's not going to lick the bowl.
Let's go.
Gary's going to put him outside so they can go look for a squirrel. Okay, that looks pretty good. Looks like it's pretty well incorporated. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring our pie shells over. And got a little bit of a mess there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of try to do equal portions, like this is a scoop. And then here's another scoop. So I'm just going to kind of smooth that out, move that back a little bit. And get the other one, do the same thing, about 2 scoops. I'm not the neatest cook, so I apologize. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to get our mixture, get this kind of where it don't drip. And my hands are clean, so make sure you've washed your hands. We're just going to take some of this, and we're going to just drizzle it over the top. Make sure you kind of get it all over because you want it every bite. There's that one. Gary, could you get the caramel out of the fridge for me? It's down in the door. I think it's new. You want to open it? for me? Okay, so we have that. And you don't want to forget the caramel. I did that one time on the middle layer, and I only put it on the top, but they didn't really seem to notice. You do get a little greasy, but that's okay. And like I say, this is really good. You're just going to layer it on there. It's just a drizzle thing. Like I say, you're going to be putting this in the freezer, so it's going to firm up. So there's that one. And what we're going to do this time is we're going to layer it again. Kind of smooth that out a little bit and see how that does. Got a fly in here. You'd think in the December, a couple of days before Christmas, there wouldn't be a fly out, but there is one here. And there's one. There's two. So we got a little extra, so we're just going to scrape down our bowl. There's one. Put one over here. One. This will be the last one. Just kind of smooth it around. Smooth it around. I'm going to use my finger here. Since I'm already using my fingers, I promise I won't lick it. Gary just licked his finger. Rinse off my fingers. Get a paper towel. Now what we're going to do is we're going to finish this up. And it might clump up a little bit. That's just where we, cooked it. And some of your pecans may be bigger. I kind of like the taste of the pecan. So you just sprinkle it on. If you want a little bit more pecan than the 1 cup, you can add that, but don't get too many because then you'll have a lot of filling. And come over here and do this one. And you think at first that, hey, this isn't going to be enough for 2 pies, but it is. And when you cut it in half, if you do that, and you just make one, you're thinking that's not going to be enough for a pie, but it will be. So this part is a little messy, but it's a quick clean up. Okay, for any of that goodness to go to waste. Okay, there's that. We're going to drizzle again. And we kind of drizzled a little too much on the edge. And there you have it. Caramel pecan coconut cream pie. You keep it in the freezer and take it out, and within 10-15 minutes you're able to cut it and eat it and enjoy. Thank you all for watching. We'll put the recipe down below. Merry Christmas. Okay, we put our pies in the oven, and I've put in my coconut, my pecans, my butter melted, And now we're just going to keep stirring this so it doesn't burn. And we'll get it nice and golden brown. Then we're going to put it in a paper plate with a paper towel over here. And we'll let it cool. And once the pie crust is cool and this is cool, we can mix up our filling. And then your pie will be ready. Be nice and warm and yummy.